after because I have a little input to put into that too about something that we watch, and we have questions as well. Hi, Boston. Welcome in. We got the health department here with us. Okay, Kimmers was first today. She's going to be lurking, playing some WoW. I said have good games. Anyone else that's playing games today, enjoy. It's the weekend. Get your days off. We got Blondie in here with us. Greek with a 47-month resub. He says, I came here to hit this button. Probably going to be lurking doing stuff. So that's fair enough. And I said, thank you very much, dude. Almost at 4 years together. Part of the kitchen crew. Welcome in. Yet it is. Hello, Tony. Hello, Michael. Good to hear that your stream went good yesterday, dude. Hi, Shark Monkey Shark. Hi, you're new here. I know this is your first time chat, it says. Welcome. I'm Kate, and my stream is just getting started. So grab a cuppa, something that you enjoy drinking. Maybe a snack too, would suggest that. And come hang out with us. Welcome into our community. Okay, so Amp was saying that they were watching TikTok videos of elderly Japanese women working in food stalls and in their own homes turned into restaurants, and they look like content about it, right? So we watched this one channel on YouTube. What is it called? Country Life Vlog? Yeah. Country Life Vlog. I'll put it in the chat for you. And this is like, I would say older couple. Just kind of judging by how they look. Like maybe in their late 40s. I don't know. It's really hard to tell from other cultures sometimes how old people are. But they're in Azerbaijan, and it's just this couple on their property that like harvests food that they grow and then they make stuff from it. But the entire broadcast, like the way that they put on their vlogs that they make for this, is phenomenal. Like the camera work, the ASMR, like all the sounds and stuff, and the animals that they capture. Like I'm always wondering, okay, it can't be just these two putting this broadcast out. Like there has to be more people involved behind the scenes, right? That's what I always wonder too. But at the same time, like they look happy enough, right? So we just have questions too. I feel ya. Homesteaders. Ugh, one day we'll get there too. Can't wait. Does a cup of water work? That's what I have here. I don't really drink alcohol at all. Maybe sometimes we might make a fancy beverage like around the holidays or something, but often you'll see me just drinking water on stream. A-okay. Okay, so usually on Saturdays, when I stream, I'll make a main course, like a savory food, as well as something baked, a dessert. So today, you guys can see the menu up here. I have to get used to it being opposite side for me. Up on the right side of the screen here, that's what we're cooking today. So a Thai coconut chicken soup. And I had rice noodles already in the pantry for that. So I thought, perfect. But you're more than welcome to just put rice with it as well. We'll go over the recipe together, don't worry. You love beer and wine. I used to be like quite a big drinker, Tony, when I like first started cooking and like in my younger days of like being a teen and in my 20s. And it just like wasn't a very healthy thing for me. Let's say, I don't know, there's an addiction thing that runs in one side of my family, and I just didn't want to go down that route. So I kind of went away from that. Just felt healthier doing that. But we all like have our vices. I totally understand that. And I'm not saying if you have one drink that you're an alcoholic either, right? I still drink beer, wine, and like some cocktails, but I will most often have it if I eat food and if I go out for like a fancy meal. Otherwise, I just find that it's way too expensive to spend like $20 on a cocktail to go with your meal. That's just me though. Welcome in Kitchen View. How's it going? Annie? Annie's like, I let her do the intro today, guys, but I'm here. Hello. Welcome in, Annie. Okay, we fixed it kind of, but we still don't have it doing the consecutive 5-tier subs. So we're almost there, Samo. We're almost there. He's literally in the corner like this, like, why didn't it work? Welcome in, Annie. Announcing his presence. How was your a week at school? Not too crazy? I know it's a crazy time coming up. So thank you for the 5 gifted subs. You're now at 1,025 gifted to the channel, just so you're aware. And let's welcome to the kitchen crew. We got Meister Termy, Stellar Frog, Agnes Bees, Monkey D724, and Morgan Thau. Hello. I don't even know if I know any of those names, so welcome if you're new here. Hello. You had 2 days of parent-teacher conferences this week. Oh, it was this week. So does it feel good to have that done then? Okay, and then just linking back to our menu that we're doing today, German apple cake, also known as Apfelkuchen. And Sam's mom generously shared her recipe with us. It is a written out recipe on a recipe card that she just took a photo of. So that is shared in our Discord recipe channel. And it is all in German, so you'll have to translate it yourself if you want to use it. It's pretty easy, though, to translate, I will say, from English to German. I guess that's just me. I have taken French and Spanish before in school, not saying I'm fluent in them, but once you kind of see different words in different languages, it's easier to guess what it means. So I will be reading off of that from our Discord channel. Why don't I pop it up right now? And then I do have the one recipe for the soup linked today. Also, when we were at Costco this morning, because I had to buy coconut milk for our Thai coconut soup today, the one lady that was helping in the self-checkout line, she's like, "What are you making with all that coconut milk?" And I said, "I'm going to make a Thai coconut soup today." She says, "Wow, that sounds way better than anything I would make at home." So then I brought up the recipe in Discord for her and I showed her. I was like, "This is what it's going to be." I was like, "I hope I inspired you." She's like, "You did." I said, "I'm also a personal chef." And then she asked, she's like, "Wait, do you have a business card? Because I know people that need to be cooked for." So then I shared my business card with her. I said I also do like holiday parties and stuff, so maybe I'll hear from someone. I said, just give me an email on my Cook with Kate and we can work something out. Word of mouth is fun, right? Like we've seen each other consecutively on the weekends now, so she kind of knows me. So that was really fun. I love those little like interactions with strangers. Just like makes your day, right? Yet it is. Your grandma used to make the most incredible fruitcake soaked in blackberry brandy. Burgundy pepper roast is amazing. But those are probably two of the only times you have anything to do with alcohol. Oh, okay, I get it. I was like, burgundy pepper roast? That sounds good. Like it's braised in wine. Yum. So yeah, I feel you then. You just got finished raking your lawn. Are you done now? All the leaves have fallen? That's it? Because I know how it goes. You grew up with your grandma making Apfelkuchen? We got Windows Defenders something going on over here. I was like, please don't be updating. You didn't ask me. I didn't mean to make a joke if I did. But you're welcome. Okay, menu. One recipe. Your front lawn looks like you didn't rake it at all and you raked it yesterday. No. There was a really big leaf pile on the side of the road when we were driving home today. Very tempting to drive through. But good thing we didn't because there was like a massive curb right at the end of it. Destroyed the vehicle. I know, we didn't do it, don't worry. So Amp, your dad's side of the family is the Swiss side of the German language. So I'm not sure if it is the best version of German or not. I don't know either. Like, I've never been there. I just live with a German. So that's all I know. Okay, usually when we make dessert and like lunch/dinner, we always start with dessert first. I brought up the recipe if you guys want to follow along from the Discord channel because it's just a photo. But they didn't really specify the baking pan for our apple cake. We're going to use this springform today. I believe it's a 10-inch. And then we'll just get it lined on the bottom parchment and then we'll butter and flour the sides. Going like very old school with it because it's an old school recipe. And then we have some stuff measured in grams, and then she also scaled it out in cups. If you don't have a scale at home to weigh things. And other than that, I'm gonna go through it as we make it, but first I'll make just our little prep listeroo for the whole day. So our apple cake, there's a couple different steps. And then I always just write down the bake temp and timing. So it says 325 Fahrenheit. That one's easy to tell on the recipe, for about 50 minutes or so. Maybe we'll check it earlier at like 30 minutes, I'm not sure. And then reset the timer. Dessert first should also be the eating rule. Sometimes we do. You know that. Annie, what? You called your best friend this morning at 10 a.m. and he was already drunk? No. Does that make you like upset? I know it's hard to deal with people like that, right? Because you only want the best with them. I'm sad to hear that, Annie. I'm sorry. But I do have good news. I'm going to go see my friend Julia today after stream. I did have a goal this year to see my friend like once a month. Because you know how it, like, time just goes by, right? So fast. And if you don't have that like set schedule, it's easy for things to just pass you by. So yeah, it's been a couple months now since we've seen each other, since like our sewing endeavor. And I thought it was time. So I'm really excited to go see her again. And like growing up, Annie, I'm sure you'll appreciate this story. Like her and I, like growing up when we were young, yeah, a lot of our times out was like drinking and stuff like that and partying. But now that we're both older, grown up, both of us don't really drink. Like she's straight up sober, which sometimes I forget still and I like mention it, but she doesn't like take it to heart. But still, it's like, it's just so interesting to see how we all like change when we grow up. Because you can go one or two ways too, right? Now we're all responsible. Okay, apple cake, 325F, 30 minutes. We'll get that baby in the oven and then we'll work on our soup. I haven't made this soup in a long time. So let me just scroll down. I'm sure we'll start by making like the aromatic broth for this soup. But there is also some chicken and vegetables and the noodles to go with it too. Hi, Rocco guy. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Okay, let's see the directions. Pour the broth into a wok or a medium-sized pot. Add your aromatics. Bring it to a boil. Add your other flavorings like sugar, fish sauce, coconut milk, your mushrooms, stuff like that, Thai chilies, and the chicken. So really quick then to make. What the heck? Pour the broth into the wok, add the stuff, bring it to a boil, then add your things, cook it for 6 minutes or until the chicken's cooked, and that's literally the soup. We might take a little bit longer just to infuse more flavor into the broth. But that is seriously how quick you could make this soup, guys. What the heck? And like a lot of times that I've had this Thai coconut soup, all of the like lemongrass, ginger, shallot and stuff is just like chunked up. They don't even strain it out. So you could really make this quick. Your sister's husband has a propane wok. You're so envious of it. That would be fun. I've always wanted to use a wok like that. I guess our closest thing would be us walking with the egg with the actual wood fire. But I've always wanted to like actually work a little wok station. I don't know. It always looks fun. Okay, so let's just write soup down. I'll write aromatic broth. Cut the chicken up. The mushrooms and the peppers. Because I don't like when the veggies get too soggy if you cook them too long in the broth. So those usually go in near the end. We do have to do some cilantro and green onion for garnish. So we'll get those done. Oh, and lime. Definitely need fresh lime for this. This is one of my favorite soups. Like if I go out for Thai food, I will often order a bowl of Tom Kha Gai. That's how you say it. It's not spicy either, usually when you order it. It's very mild. But at home, like, I bought 3 red chilies for this today because I don't know how spicy they're going to be. But yeah, usually it's one of the more mild dishes at a Thai restaurant. Very, like, sweet and coconut flavored. Okay, and then our rice noodles, guys, which you could cook either probably in the broth or maybe we'll just boil them separate, kind of meal prep them. Because I don't like when, if you cook the noodles into the broth and then pack it away if there's leftovers, sometimes they can go soggy and mushy, right? So usually I will leave the noodles separate and then just use it as you need. You love this soup, but you never thought about making it? I think it's pretty inexpensive to make too, Chase. Like, the ginger and stuff wasn't super expensive, neither was the coconut milk. And then you could use whatever protein you want in it. You could even make this vegetarian, guys. Use tofu. Yeah, the mushrooms are inexpensive as a veggie. This soup does not have potatoes in it. A Thai dish that does use potatoes, amp, is a masaman curry. And that is also the next mild Thai dish. If you don't really eat Thai food, that is what, like, when I was in Thailand with a tour group, that's what our guide told us to start with if we really like curries, because yeah, they go over the top with their spice. Like, their spice level compared to ours, even if you think you're okay, you're not okay. So yeah, try it with a masaman. It's like peanut and potato with coconut milk, and it's so good with beef. So dang good with beef. Yeah, we have made this on stream, and wasn't that the first thing I ever streamed? That was my first ever stream, guys, was that curry. So if you want to see Kate like 7 years ago, that's one of my first upload vlogs on YouTube. Hi, Walter Mellon, how are you? Okay, so we have a good idea of where we're going today, guys. Let's get into it. We'll prep our cake pan, and then it looks like we need the mixer, right, Sam? Like for the creaming of the butter and sugar, that's in a mixer. Okay. And then we'll need butter, sugar, egg, flour, baking powder, our apples, and some vanilla sugar. An early Kate, how are you doing this weekend, Walter? And I have to ask you now that you're done streaming and you can answer me. What were you getting up to with the, how do you say it, kunyaman that you were making when we raided you? Are you selling those? They looked phenomenal. It was really fun to like be behind the scenes. Okay, let me go get these couple things. And there was one special ingredient for this cake today. I don't know if I should say it's optional, because I don't think it is, but I had to get this. So in the recipe with the apples, once the apples are cut up, you mix them with this vanilla sugar. I just got this from the European market yesterday, where we always go. But other than that, there's nothing crazy going on. Leg? Why was there some leg? I don't know, guys. Samo? Samo's not doing nothing. He's innocent. Oh no! Now all the... Okay, so on this scene, the alerts work.
So which one didn't it work then?
On the menu.
Okay, there's something wrong with that menu screen.
Weird.
You have something different on that screen versus anything else.
Queen Aman.
And that's a different scene altogether?
It is.
So you probably have to go through that one, same thing, all the sub things.
Okay. Okay. We're lining the bottom, guys. And then what do we got going on? Okay, so it's pronounced Queen Aman. They didn't turn out correctly. You gotta try again. That's okay. I mean, It's always kind of fun when you learn something new like that, other than paying for the ingredients, but it's fun to like experiment, right? Okay, there we go. So close that parchment into the bottom. And Amp, thank you for the 22-month resub with Prime Gaming. Amsan says, can you make vanilla sugar? Yes, I have seen that before. So simply, you can just take white sugar and put it into a container with vanilla beans, is what I've seen. I've never made it before, but I have seen this from other people, and it looks really good. I'm not sure how long you have to let it sit to fully infuse the vanilla flavor. We might have to Google this one together. And then I just trim off the extra parchment, guys. Otherwise, it's kind of annoying if you leave it on there. And then I'll show you the next step. Do we still have the huge container vanilla? We're almost out, Annie. We're almost out. And we've been shopping for what we're going to use next. Okay, so before I get my hands buttery, I'm just going to get a little cup of flour out to do some dusting. A giant jug of vanilla. Back when a jug only cost, what, like $100? Now it's like double the price. RIP. But that's how long it lasted, right? So there's that. Okay, so the Queen Amman is a croissant covered in sugar in the last few turns. So it's caramelized sugar per layer. Yes, please. That sounds great. Really, really good. Okay, we're just gonna cut a little nub of butter that we can hold on to and then swipe around this to get it all coated. And then you sprinkle the flour to stick. And that is how you prepare a lot of baking pans for cakes, I would say. Especially if they're a traditional style cake like this one is. So usually I'll go like that. Start with this. And then we just take that in our hand. You can even do it this way, actually. Nice. Now we're thinking. And get a nice layer. You should like clearly see where the butter is and isn't. And that'll just help it from sticking. Because you don't want, when you open up the spring form after it's baked, you don't want the sides to stick and then you rip your cake apart. That'd be so sad. Holy shnikey dikey. Thank you, Annie. What the heck? You don't have to do that, and I already know that. But thank you so much. $100? That's too much. We could have like at least shared it. Shared the vanilla purchase price. Look at, I'm blushing. Yeah, Sam's gonna go shopping now. Thank you very much. Annie says this should help with your vanilla purchase. And then it will last until we actually come and see you. And then I can use it to make you something. Okay, so Amp was saying, put in vanilla sugar recipe from Sally's baking recipe website. Oh, you found one. It's in the recipe section of Discord already. Thanks, Amp. And hi, Mary. How are you doing today? Welcome in. The idea of cake splitting apart, right? That would be so scary. And like, you actually can't live without vanilla. So thank you, Annie. We'll let you guys know what we end up choosing because there's a lot of different vanilla products out there now. You already found it? Farmet? Do you want to find the link so you can share it in the chat for everyone? Thank you. Okay, so I swiped all around. I'm not going to put the butter away because I'm sure we still need it for the cake. My hands are kind of messy now, so why don't I wash this before I get floury? Vanilla paste is really good. That's what the last bottle was that Annie was talking about. And now it's finally almost gone. But I find out of anything, that is definitely the best quality product for the price that you pay. I've used the vanilla powder before, but I felt like I used it up too fast. The vanilla flavor was nice, but wasn't what I was used to. And then there's also different kinds of vanilla beans I was seeing when I was doing a bit of research too. Because there's the Madagascar ones, and then there's also Tahitian. So it's really, you can go down an insane rabbit hole to try and find what vanilla is the best. That's so good, Annie. What, Samuel? I love that you get halal vanilla for your Muslim students. That's so freaking nice of you to think about them. Ooh, 32 ounces of vanilla paste for $120 Canadian. That's not bad. That's not bad. 3.78 liters? I was going to say, I don't think 3.78 liters is 32 ounces. Because this is 32 ounces. Just show you guys the last one that we used. The brand was called Royal Command. Madagascar vanilla paste. Look at, that's all that's left. Oh, baby. It came right in time. But yeah, this is a 32 ounce bottle. And then you always look, right? And then, yeah, always vanilla will have a bit of alcohol in there. So watch that. So now we don't know what size it's going to be. Okay, let's swipe this. You can put as much flour as you want because you're just going to tap it out later back into the bag. Do like that. And then around the edges, just go turn, turn, turn. All the way up to the top, I would say, just in case it really rises. I've never made this cake before. And then we'll tap all this excess out. And now our pan is prepped. I hate getting all the rest of the cake ready and then you forget to prep your pan. And I think next, we'll also get the oven heated. Beautiful. Everything's floured and buttered. Can you make vanilla with vodka and vanilla bean, Mary says. Yes, you can. I know some people use different alcohols based on what you like, but I believe I've heard of it made with vodka before. What's the other one? Bourbon, right? Because you always hear like bourbon vanilla extract would be the other alcohol that you could use. Okay, now we're gonna get the mixer out, guys. Ooh. There we go. The apples just get like topped on the cake and then they kind of sink in as it bakes. So we can just prep those at the end. 325. And I'm actually just gonna take a quick bathroom break. I had a coffee this morning. We've been like every second day off coffee. It got me. I'll be back in a moment. I have returned. Okay, so Walter Mellon has made a bourbon vanilla extract and you prefer the bourbon. Okay. Thanks for the info, guys. All right, let me get this recipe back up here. We will need the butter softened. But first, let's get this set up. Dun, 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 dun. You know what else I'm excited for today, guys? We get to garnish our Thai soup today with our little Thai basil herbs that we've been growing in the Aero Garden. According to nativevanilla.com, homemade vanilla is most commonly made with vodka, but you can use rum, bourbon, and brandy. The alcohol you choose needs to be 70 proof and work its magic. That's all you need then, 70 proof and you're good to go. Okay, I need 2/3 of a cup of butter. You can use margarine, and 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And I'm gonna take the 3 eggs out right now so they can temp up a little bit. Egglies. Oh God. Oh gosh, the fridge is really full. Who did it? Samo laughed, so I guess it was him. Okay. So first we'll do the butter and the sugar, guys, and then usually you do the egg after. We need a brand new bag of sugar today. Finally getting into it. Holy. There we go. Okay, 2/3 of a cup of butter. Let's see what we got going on here. I really kind of messed it up a bit. This poor thing. Go like there. Divide that into 3. Go there. And then we'll just get this softened. We don't want it melted. Right, Samo? We don't want it melted. Have you made this cake before? Yeah. You have? Why am I making it then? You're the pro. Don't worry, I'll still make it today. You should have seen his face. He's like, no. I'm playing factories. Okay, that's it for now. I don't know if we'll need butter again, actually. Okay, let's do like 20-30 second increment in the microwave. Your sister's husband has been taking horse riding lessons along with your niece. A couple days ago, he was thrown from the horse, broken ribs, and a collapsed lung. Holy! That's actually scary. I remember my first horseback riding experience with my friends that had horses. And that was like the one thing is they put me on like the nicest, easiest horse, right? Just so in case anything happened, because I had no experience. But one of my cousins on my dad's side, like, basically rides professionally again now. She's been doing really good in some, what should we say, shows this past year. They won awards. He's okay, but he has to stay in the hospital for observation. How crazy. Like, all these fun things, right? You're always scared to do as an adult because, like, they make you not be able to go to work. And it's not like you're covered from, like, getting bucked off of a horse. Oh, no. That's just gotta be the risk you're willing to take, right? Okay, that looks good. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And then we'll get this whipping. Thank you very much for that, Amp. That would be weird, I'm sure. Yeah, tequila to make vanilla. I think that flavor would probably be too strong. And you could also make non-alcoholic versions of vanilla. That's handy, right? New bag of sugar coming in. Nice, Mickey. You just had your ready meal cottage pie. Did it turn out as good as last time or even better? Filled up. So we don't use that one. That's all sealed. We use the old one in the bag. Okay, so just 3/4 of a cup. And Sam, you said this wasn't like a hugely tall cake, right? Not like a super duper tall cake. White Dove, how are you doing today? Good to see you. It was worth it, the cottage pie. Okay, did you tell us yet, Mickey, what you pay for that cottage pie that you've been enjoying so much? All right, we can finally cream the butter and the sugar. And then while that's going, we can crack our eggs into this container over here. Luna, good to see you too. The alcohol cooks out of the vanilla anyways, so you prefer to make it with alcohol, right? Because, yeah, most things that we use vanilla in are baked, but I guess some things like whipping cream aren't, right? Have I ever made a meat pie before? In what form? Like tortillere? Or like more of a hand pie or a pasty? You paid $3.49 from Lidl for that. Is it just an individual size or how much portions is it, Mickey? Like a steak and kidney pie? No. I would make steak, but not kidneys in with it. That's where I draw the limit, I think. But I would eat that if somebody else made it. That's one of those things. But I don't think I would put enough love into a steak and kidney pie simply because I don't think I love kidneys. So I would let somebody else make that for me. But as far as like a French meat pie, like tortillere is a minced beef and pork mixture with spices and potatoes and stuff to thicken. I've made that probably since I was born. As long as I can remember, my family's made that. 3 portions for $3.49. I'm moving there. That's it. Okay, so you'll know that the butter, I might have to turn this down a bit. Maybe the other one. There we go. You know the butter is creaming when it gets lighter in color. Need one more. There we go. A homemade version of a pot pie. We've done lots of those. Just not with beef, I don't think, ever. More with turkey or chicken. looks like it's almost done, guys. It's looking really good. Fun with light scattering. Well, it's like I pressed the button to go down and it like set it down like 4 notches, not just one. So then I had to turn it back up. Okay, crack these. Make sure they're good. A while back, you made pasties, Mary, beef, potato, and onion. Would you make it again? Those are actually such a yummy snack to have. Beef and mushroom, always good together. Everyone have a sip of water. It was steak tips. Yum. Yes, please. Annie, have you ever made a pie like that? Like for the pot pies, I've always just used the same pastry recipe that I use for all of my pies, and it turned out phenomenal. Just leave this here for that. You haven't either. I bet you could probably find a really good gluten-free pastry and be able to make a yummy meat pie with it. Okay, it might take a bit for the eggs to mix in with this stuff at first. Let's see. They were just a little bit chilled still, right? And so we'll mix this all together. Maybe Annie knows what the words mean if he looks on Discord. Schaumig-Rurin. Schaumig-Rurin. These 3. Until it looks nice and smooth, I would say. I'm gonna just scrape the sides. Looks a bit stuck. And the bottom too. We don't really get steak tips here in Canada, I would say. I think maybe the closest thing to it would be marketed as stewing meat, maybe? But yeah, Canada is not big on the steak tips, but I believe you guys, don't worry. They're a real thing. Your nephew said today he's making a pumpkin pie. You should go and help him, Mickey. It means frothy. Schaumig-Rurin. Okay, so froth it up. And then next is the flour and some baking powder. Yeah, it does look kind of foamy, it's true. So we want to mix this probably quite a bit. I'm going to turn that up. 1 spoon measure. And then, did I keep the cup measure? I did. Perfect. And the oven's ready when we are. The clocks go back tonight. I don't think ours do yet. We're gonna be in the past still. I think that looks good, guys. It's like frothy. Samuel, how should this look? It looks weird. Yeah. It's like kind of separated with the butter and eggs. No. I'm just asking for this step. But maybe we gotta go. November 3rd is us? Okay. I was gonna say, I don't think ours do yet. Hello, me Donkin. What? QVC 6 1-pound tips cut from beef tenderloin? Please. Even more? I'm just making sure it looked okay. Okay, that's how it's looking. I think it will come together once we add the next steps. So 1.5 teal, is that teaspoons? What would be tablespoon word? 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, the magical kind. Kind of distribute it around. And then 1.25 cups of flour, all purpose. Yeah, you're right, Mickey. I know that it always, your guys's go back before ours. Oops. Close my recipe, no. Okay, even that out. So 1 cup. And then we'll do 1/4. I know there's some places again that are trying to petition doing the clocks back. Just like enough, right? Nobody cares anymore. So we'll see what happens. Lauren. She says, Kate, she's our gal. If she can't do one or can't do it, no one shall. That's right. If it ain't me, nobody. It's okay. I mean, I did have a coffee today, but I don't know if it helped. Okay, so now it says Unterheben. Unterheben. What does that mean? Fold it, but just like lightly mix it. Okay, don't over mix. Oh, yeah, it is. It always throws you off when the UK streamers you follow start an hour later than usual for the whole week. You're like, am I behind? What is going on? Okay. What is this one? Milch? Is that milk?
Yeah.
What do we need milk for? There's no measurement of milk. It just says milch. Hinzufügen bis cremig. Guys, just wait until I go to Germany. They'll never let me leave. They'll love me so much. How do you know when you should stop mixing? You don't. That's the thing. I'm not gonna mix it yet though, guys, if we need one more thing. Stop when it feels right. Sam's looking at the recipe card.
Mix it all until it's like kind of creamy.
Yeah, but the milk's not an ingredient. It just means it's supposed to be creamy. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna mix this until it looks creamy. And then we're gonna pour that into the cake pan. And then we're gonna prepare a few apples with some vanilla sugar. So just make sure your thing's on the lowest speed. We don't wanna overmix this. Actually, before we start, scrape just the sides down. It really came together. I'll go a bit more. That means it was hot. I'm not over there. Technology. It really is perfect, hey? I love how easy it is to just like start and stop it, to work your spatula into there. without like taking the whole thing apart. That's how easy that is. I'll put this away. Get this all scraped out. Just gonna turn on the fan, guys, so we don't heat it up too much in here. It was chilly earlier. People are walking around in their puffer jackets here already. I was like, take it easy, please. Sam's still wearing his like Birkenstock sandals. Do you find that extra beater takes up volume in the bowl, or is it a big bowl? Like the 2 beaters instead of just 1? It's a really big bowl, Lauren. I think it's quite deceiving how large it is. Maybe I won't bring that here just yet. So first I gotta get all of this out. And I went like more for under mixing it in here, since we have to do some scraping and stuff and still get it into the cake pan. So we can always mix it a bit more if it didn't seem right. But we don't want to like work too much of the gluten in the cake, because then you'll have a really tough exterior. Like, we're not trying to make a loaf of bread, right? I love the color of it. I guess that means we had good eggs and butter. If the batter is really nice and yellow like this. But it does look really nice and creamy, I will say that. Are you a beater cleaner? Everyone knows that's a trick question. It's currently 17F. You got the wood stove going. It's 71 inside. Nice, Mary. What should I say it is? I mean, here, it's probably close to like 40, maybe? 40 Fahrenheit. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more mix, just around from the bottom and stuff, before we go in the cake pan, and then prep the apples. I want it to be a one fluid batter. You don't want to see like the separation of like the butter from the flour. It tastes right? Okay. So then I'm gonna just plop the batter down into there, and then we'll smooth it after. And so there was no vanilla in the cake batter itself, but there's going to be the vanilla sugar with the apples, guys. Yeah, this batter feels like so silky. Holy shnikey. Feels amazing. We can't leave any of that goodness in there. He says leave a little bit. Plop is a fun word, it is. Okay, scrape this. Go to the outside first. Try not to work it too much at this step. You guys usually have a smaller spring form, is this right? Maybe you have like an 8 or 9-inch one?
Maybe
1 inch smaller. That's okay. I think it'll be fine. It's our first intro into it.
It'll be thin.
Just a baby cake to get started. Mmm. Guys, it just tastes like shortbread. What the hecky? That's so buttery and delicious. No, your furnace died? I'm sad for you. Okay. Don't put that in too warm of a place, because that's really buttery, guys. But we still have to prep the apples. Let's get a little bowl. And it says 4 apples cut into, should we do dices or slices?
Whatever you like.
I think we'll dice the apples, 4 apples. And we need 1 packet of vanilla sugar. There was a couple options of the vanilla sugars on the shelf at the European market. But this is the one that is the most proper from Germany. Rough. And the ingredients, sugar, vanilla flavoring. That's it, guys. And there is 10 packs actually in here. I think the whole thing cost me like $3. We need 1 more apple, please. You had to replace your HVAC because rats got burned to a crisp while they were chewing on wires. That's got to be the one rat that fell on my head one time at work. That's how he looked. Okay, it doesn't say how to prep the apples, but I'm going to assume that we have to peel them. What do you say?
Yeah.
Just going to grab this while you do that. Just so that the skins don't get too tough, guys. So we'll peel them all first, and then I'll show you how to get the flesh off the core easily. Ah! They're rolling away. Were these the organic apples we got? I forget.
Yeah.
Organic...
Honey
Crisp, guys, is what this is. Good season for apples, right? That's why I'm making this. Samo's in the Brocco salad from yesterday's stream if you missed it. The apples look delicious. They are very tasty. We've been enjoying them. I think I have 5 or 6 more in the fridge. I usually only leave like a week's worth of fruit out on the counter. Otherwise, I find like either fruit flies will get it, or it just doesn't stay as crisp and fresh. And so we got the oven ready at 325 Fahrenheit for the cake. And it will take quite a while to bake it. It says around 50 minutes or so. You can't rush this one. Oh no, the repairman lost his lunch in seeing it. That would be so sad. So you got him beers instead. I'm sure that made his day. It's the little things, Amp. Honeycrisp is your second favorite? I think my first favorite, either... Oh, Ginger Gold? Is that the one it's called? I think it's Ginger Gold. And then I really love Pink Lady. I really like crunchy, crispy, like juicy apples. I don't like when they're kind of spongy texture too much. Pink Lady is also good. October is National Apple Month. Thank you, Boston Health Department. Okay, so now we're going to cut along each side of the core. It's okay if there's a bit of skin up top. So just kind of imagine where the core is, cut along the edge like that, and then you can lay it flat and cut the other sides. And then like I've been seeing people that I follow on YouTube, farmers that will take the whole core and stuff, put it into a juicer or cook it down, and still use that and put it through a press. Up to you guys if you want to go through that whole process. I know the cores can also be good for doggos, just don't leave the seeds in there. It can be a bit poisonous if they bite into it. And I was thinking maybe we'll, like, I don't know, make some apple tea or kind of a mulled apple cider together. Possibly next weekend? Let me know, guys, what you think and feel. What about Granny Smith? Sam really likes Granny Smith. I have found that Granny Smiths have kind of changed over the years. I really used to like them, but now I find the skin is so hard on them. I don't really like it. And like it doesn't really taste that appley. It's just really sour. But Granny Smith is great to mix in for apple pie because it's nice and firm so it doesn't go mushy. I'm just cleaning out some of the larger pieces of core that snuck through. Because that's the thing, is it doesn't really cook down the apple core. It kind of just stays papery, right? So if you try and leave it in there, not a good idea. Pizzazz is your favorite. Fuji apples are good too, actually. Good one, Greek. They're so big, right? There's something tickling in my ear right now from the fan. Like blowing a hair inside of my ear. I'm not freaking out. You are. You only use Granny Smith for pies? Yeah. I've tried to use some other ones before, and it's like, whoa, just goes straight soup. Maja. Or do we say it Maya? Let me know. I think we'll go one higher still. There we go. Good evening. Good afternoon. Okay, so now just cut these into nice little bite-sized pieces. 4 apples is a lot, guys. This is a hefty amount of apple compared to the cake. I'm just cutting the small little bits. What do you think? I should stop at like 2 cups worth?
I'll take 4 halves.
I'm also gonna taste this. Because sometimes I cut veggies there. Just wanted to make sure it didn't taste like veggies. We're good. Sam was taking some. I'll go over here. I put those up there for you. It's Maya. I'm glad I guessed that. Welcome in, my friend. This is enough? This is for something else? Snacks? Okay. Okay, we're going to stop there, guys. Sam's made the cake before. He grew up with it. This is my first intro to it. And then he said that if we want, we can put a little bit of cinnamon in with the apples and the vanilla sugar. What do you guys think? It says 1 packet of the vanilla sugar. Not really a measurement. The packets are, like, what do you mean? 2 packs of the sugar? But on the back here, it says 10 packs of 8 grams. So it's about 8 grams of vanilla sugar. Sam says to do 2 packs. So it would be about 16 grams of sugar with a bit of vanilla in it then. Cinnamon sounds good. Okay. Maya also made Apfelkuchen today. It was so good. Now you got me excited for this. Whatever the traditional way to make it is usually without cinnamon, guys. But it sounds like you guys are feeling cinnamony, so what should we do, Samo? He says he doesn't care. We're free, guys. I'll do a little bit. We won't do so much that it overpowers the whole dish, but we can do it so it complements it, right? Plus the smell of cinnamon when it bakes. Oof. You just know something good is gonna come. Mix these around. I think I'll just use a spoon instead of using my hands. And then let's get the cake over too, since we're here. Oh, yeah. Thanks for converting it to ounces. Love how I just say grams. You guys all know grams, don't you? Think out of like, oh man, most like countries that are English speaking, Canadians, the way that we measure is probably the most messed up. Between like mass, temperature, everything like that. It's so funny. All right. I think for this part, I'm just gonna use my hands and kind of sprinkle around now. It is usually 28 grams an ounce. How do we know that, Annie? From your memory, he says. Sure it is. Right, Greek? Some of our measurements are metric, some are imperial. You have your students convert all the time. I know, I was just making a joke. It's good that you do. Start them young converting, because that I find is like the hardest thing for me to remember. So just trying to distribute the apples evenly, as you guys can see. FCB, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Hopefully not working too hard. There we go. We're completed. Mmm. The sugar tastes so good. Just a hint of cinnamon, guys. Nothing crazy. Construction Greek, you're saying, is mostly imperial? Actually, yeah, I think you're right, hey? A hintamin. You're doing great. You're not working too hard. That is awesome to hear. Okay, so we just finished the apple cake, topping it up. 325 Fahrenheit for around 50 minutes. I gotta go put my watch on for the timer, but I'll set a 30-minute timer to check. And just for ease of pulling this in and out of the oven and safety reasons, using a spring form, we'll just put a baking pan underneath. Just in case it decides to bake out. I don't know what's gonna happen. So now we have this to easily pull it in and out. And I would suggest like top middle part of the oven, not on the bottom. Okay, one moment. And then we'll put away all of our baking ingredients next before we get into the soup, guys. That was like one of the harder parts of the day. Already done. That's why we do that first. I think that's gonna be good. Like I said, the cake batter tastes insanely buttery, like almost shortbread cookie flavor. And then the nice like sugary vanilla cinnamon apples on top. Whoa! A butternut squash leek soup. I don't think I've ever had that. I do have a butternut squash in the fridge. I have that and a spaghetti squash to use up. Maybe we'll have the spaghetti squash samo with the chili. Maybe that'll be good. Kind of like pasta, but not really. It's one of your favorite recipes for soup. Is it blended? Because I find that butternut squash soup's blended. Like the texture is so nice and smooth. All right, we're all cleaned up, ready for our next task. Just put a few things away. There's our 4 years. Greek was at 47 months today, guys. FCB at a total of 48 months. 4 years of great food and great company. That makes me feel good. Thank you so much for the resub. I'm glad you come back every week to us. You made spaghetti squash carbonara a few years ago and it was so good. I could actually see that being pretty deadly. As long as it doesn't go too mushy, right? That's the big one on spaghetti squash. 6.5 years for you. In 2 months, it will be 80. Yeah, like Scat's last resub was like 70 something months. I was like, what the heck? Where does the time go, guys? It's almost January again. A hint, half a drop. We got the conversions on deck. Completed. Other than the butter. Awesome. Okay, let's read about soup. I know, it looks so good. It caught my eye too, Annie, the cursive milliliters. Apple cake, check. Dunny. Mary says, what do I do with nose of turmeric? Knobs, okay. It's like, I don't know what that means. So you got fresh turmeric root in then? Slice, shred, dice. You bought it fresh for a health concoction. So a lot of people will juice it. I'm not sure if you have a blender at all, but that might be a nice way to prepare it. Just blend it all up as much as you can and then just put it through a strainer. And like, you can probably still use the pulp from it in soups and stuff like ginger you would, or in curries, right? Anything that you use turmeric in, you could use that up. But yeah, otherwise you could probably just slice it up, or you could just keep it frozen. Like any ginger nub that I don't use, I just put whole into the freezer, and then from there you can just grate it. And it's really easy to grate from frozen rather than trying to cut it up or something. I hope that helps. Okay, let's learn a bit about this soup today. You have an app on your phone that has all the Unicode symbols? It's actually Korean. Fun. Okay. Wait, what the heck? That's not what I wanted. There we go. Tom Kha Gai soup. Also known as Thai coconut soup. That's what I called it today. is a spicy and sour hot soup with coconut milk in Thai cuisine. Very simple. Very, very simple. So this soup was originated around 1890 and was first recorded in a Thai recipe book. The earliest recorded version of the soup was called Tom Kha Pet, and it featured duck and young galangal. Galangal I find is hard to source here rather than just ginger itself, but if you can find galangal, definitely try it out. It's similar to ginger, but not quite the same flavor, let's say. So first it was made with duck and galangal in a coconut milk-based curry. Over time, chicken became a more popular protein choice, and the dish evolved into the version known as Tom Kha Gai, or you can also say it with a K, Tom Kha Kai, which is made with chicken instead of duck. You could also use shrimp, or like I said, you could use tofu in it. Very good. And then Tom Kha shares many base ingredients with another popular Thai soup called Tom Yum. However, Tom Kha is distinguished by the addition of coconut milk, which lends a creamier texture and a milder, sweeter taste. Lurk lunk with your dad. Have a good lunk. Lunk is hungry. I love it. Have fun, Lauren. Have a good lunk. And maybe we'll still be on later when you get back. Thank you for entertaining me, because I know I entertain you guys lots. Okay, now on to the recipe. I think she did a bit more explaining that I was happy with. Okay, so the word tom in Thai means soup. Ka means galangal, the aromatic root vegetable. And then gai means chicken. So that's literally how it translates out. Galangal soup with chicken. I thought that was fun to remember. And yeah, you can totally just keep this vegetable based as well. So let me scroll. Boom. Hi, Scoots. How's it going today? Welcome in. Okay, so we need a couple cups of chicken broth. What does this make? It says 4 servings. So 2 cups of chicken broth, some lemongrass. Kind of let's get out the ingredients as I read through this. So my lemongrass, I once upon a time bought a paste in a tube of lemongrass, and then I just squeezed it all out of the plastic tube because I couldn't get it out of there anyway, so I just like cut it open. And then I just froze it in this jar in the freezer. So 1 or 2, 1 large or 2 small. Probably use like half of this paste today, and it's easy to just like kind of break it off with a spoon. But I'll leave that to the side. And then we need shallots. Looking down further, obviously galangal or ginger. They don't put any garlic, but I think I'll put a bit of garlic. Scoots, you just got back from getting a bunch of dog food from the pet store's anniversary sale. You gotta stock up. I know it's expensive to feed big puppers. Good job. We're doing good. We're doing good. The lemongrass paste is still good. Oh, for sure. For sure it is. It's not even frosty at all, which I was surprised. I thought it might be a bit freezer burnt, but you can see how well jars work to keep stuff. Okay, so ginger, lemongrass, shallot, garlic, chilies. Nice. We were actually just like appreciating the long resubs before you came in, Scooter. We had 47, Amp with a 22, FCB with 48, and now you with 57 months in a row. Thanks for being here. Okay, I packed yesterday this big bag with all of our tasty stuff in it. Ginger, garlic, shallot. Here's my bag of chilies. Should I get the peppers and the mushrooms out too? Here's our nice bag of peppers today. Look at the dark ones. And a big old mushroom. Oh, and the chicken. So those are our veggies for the soup. Just can hang out back there. Graham and Amanda said hi. Was their thing really fun? I need to message them. I keep saying that, but then I don't do it. What are we doing here? I love the double alerts. We got you, Scoots. We got you covered. Okay, so into the pot, we're going to start chopping this stuff. And then getting it simmering with the broth. Chicken, turkey, something like that. It's all the way in the back of the fridge. It was waiting for us. I'll probably use the whole liter worth and just make a bigger batch of this. We got a lot of ingredients to use up today. Bless their soul. The broth. The tasty, tasty broths. Stream Elements is scuffed. We are trying to, or we were trying to, switch over to Streamlabs and just use the Mac side. But that's not being nice to us either. So we have some decisions to make. He did 57 bowls of ramen that night for their pop-up. Oh, that's so good. That's actually so good. Probably such a good feeling. Thai turkey soup would be good. For sure. You could definitely make this with turkey instead of chicken. Okay, pop that up there. Chilies, hello. I bought 3 because I didn't know like how spicy they were gonna be. And then the ginger looked so dang nice. Like it's so fresh, it even has dirt on it still. Gotta wash it up. And I got a bunch of shallots for this because they said we needed a lot. This is not in the recipe, but I like the flavor. So I'm gonna do a clove of garlic, just 1. Stream yesterday, it honestly started botched. Like we were so ready for an awesome stream. And then we had audio problems, but I came back. I didn't give up. I really wanted to. And then everything after that worked flawlessly. But yeah, it just seems like it was kind of a crazy energy day in the world, so I'm not taking it personally. Just washing off the ginger. And we'll start cutting this stuff up. So like I said, when you typically get this soup from a restaurant, everything is just kind of chopped up willy-nilly. Nothing is cut small. So you choose, I suppose, how you want it cut and to eat it. I'll probably cut it a bit smaller, just for ease of eating. Oh, starting to smell the cake in here, guys. It's good. Right? Between tech at work or on stream, it's all the same, honestly. Okay, we're going to chop those chilies last. Let's smash this and get it peeled. Annie, you want to make tonkatsu broth sometime soon? At least it's not an expensive one to make if you use pork bones. Should be not bad. Get that nice big garlic clove. Because then you can probably have you seen the rice ramen noodles from that one brand? Because then you can make that for yourself. And I really like those rice ramen noodles. They got good texture. And then you can get gluten-free miso. I believe it's a brown rice noodle. Is it Lotus Foods brand? They have them at Costco though. We'll cut this in half. There's like 2 shallots in here. There we go. Greek. Take on the insane feat of making your own noodles. I honestly wouldn't. I got too stressed last time. I'll just buy them. It's fine. You have those ones, Scoots? That's the brand though, right? Lotus Foods. I thought they were pretty dang good. I mean, expensive, but worth it. It was good quality. There we go. Prepped up. Look at all those yummy shallots. We're about halfway through the timer on the cake, guys. So we're doing good. Start getting this yummy stuff chopped up. These I'll cut in half again. And I think I'm gonna fry all this stuff a little bit. Like, this is what I was thinking. Peel the skin off of the chicken breast, because I think the chicken breasts still have skin on them. Fry the chicken skin with this stuff, and then pour in the broth and the coconut milk. Thanks for checking, Scooter. Hopefully Annie can find him near where he lives. Nice. I had you at fried chicken skin. It's really that simple, isn't it? Shallots are trying to make me cry. Hello, Powdered Toastman. I hope you're having a good weekend. If you boil ramen noodles strain, can you fry them in a pan like chicken fried rice? Yeah. Because we've had the dish like that before. This lady that we used to get dumplings from on Vancouver Island, we'd like order like a mass amount of dumplings from her and just pick it up from her house. So freaking delicious. I miss it. But this one time we picked up the dumplings, she had made like a stir-fried kind of like a ramen noodle with veggies and like a soy sauce sort of sauce with it. It was so delicious. She's like, I've tried something new. Like, do you guys want to try it? I was like, yeah. Like, brings us this little dish. It was so good. I never had that before. We're cutting a big nub of ginger off. Like that. Looks like it got frozen. But that's how a lot of them looked. So I'm not going to worry too much. And you saw me peel the kind of discolored parts. I'll do a bit more there. Off of the outside of the ginger. Just put them up there. But I already washed the outside of the skin. So I'm not going to peel that off because there's lots of nutrients in there. So let's cut it in half. Get it a bit smaller. And again, and then we'll do nice thin slices. And kind of the thinner that you cut everything, the quicker the flavor will infuse. Pork chashu. We've made that on stream. It takes a bit, Annie. Like, it's like a full 24-hour process because the pork braises in a soy sauce. And then you have to let it cool overnight. But holy smokes, hey, Sam. Like, the homemade chashu, nothing like you get in the restaurant. It was actually so much better. That was Greek's redeem, so we have to do it again then, Greek? Oh, shucks. Let me go grab a small cutting board and we'll do the chili. And then we'll get the chicken out and the chicken skin so that we can fry this stuff up and make our broth. Graham made some of that for the ramen. It was so good, Scoots. I can only imagine how good it was. Just making sure it's not like rotted. The end of this pepper, I don't know what that is. It's like black. We'll just trim it off. It's fine. Okay, so we'll slice up our chilies. Should we slice them, Sam, or maybe just leave them a bit more chunked? Slice the chilies? Oh yeah, he says. I will not put the top stem in then. We don't know how spicy it's gonna be, but we're gonna spice up our life. That second one had a lot of seeds. Thai soup cleanse. Oh yeah, we'll wash the handos, Greek. Don't worry. So I wasn't really touching where I was cutting too much. Like, just sneak that off of the knife. There. Now we'll rinse this all with good soapy hot water. It's all about those oils. The air is already spicy. But we'll make it through. When it takes your breath away, that's when you know. You can't take a full breath in without coughing. It's the weirdest feeling ever. Greek? Yeah, yours was bibimbap, not ramen. But you're saying when we made the ramen, that was what you asked us to make. I get it. Okay, we're just going to put that over to the stove for now. We'll get another cutting board for the chicken next. And just get this diced up. Like I said, we'll get the... Oh, there was 3 chicken breasts per bag. I guess that's fine. You want me to just use 4? Got a bunch of chicken breasts. I thought there was only 2 per bag when they were frozen. But it looks like there's way more.
3 bags are smaller.
Okay. You just coughed because of the chilies, Mary? You can feel them over there even? I'm going to use my boning knife for this. Do a little steel first. I'm going to open these in the sink because you can see there's juices. Juices from being frozen. You could use really whatever type of chicken for this you guys want. I'm just using up chicken breasts because I had them in the freezer. Okay, so taking the skin off first. Oh no, powdered toast. You once watched a streamer who was brewing a spicy beer, chop peppers, and then go straight to the restroom. There was yelling. I once had worked with somebody that did that. I felt so bad for them. You could just tell they were in pain. mean, we don't even really have to chop up the chicken skin, guys. And I'll just leave that fat on there. It's fine. It'll melt into the soup. And he says you could always cut the breasts into strips, bake them on your grill pan, and put them on salad instead. Yeah. Just have them pre-prepped and ready to go. I'm going to cube the chicken for this soup today, just so it's nice and easy to eat. But we'll do our strips first. Maybe I'll get all the skin off so that that stuff could fry while we do this. Scoots, that's why you started wearing gloves when you do spicy pepper stuff, because you just can't trust yourself. It's fair. It's just an extra layer of protection, right? Who cares what people say? Next ones. These are just little chicken breasts. I took all the tenders off of them. It's crazy how much better chicken that you butcher yourself looks, guys. Hey? Just how these chicken breasts look compared to, like, the ones that I buy for my clients. Boneless, skinless in the pack. They look like a foreign object to me. I don't know what to say on that. Making me really start to question if some of that chicken is being lab grown. Just with the texture of it. Have you guys noticed that? You're gonna lurk while you grade geology and AP physics. More grading. Make it stop, Annie. Or are you trying to get it all done today so that you're free tomorrow? Last one. It'll take more than a day. Dang. Right, Greek? People who comment, why are you wearing gloves? Well, it's like both ways. You'll either get, if you are wearing gloves, you'll be asked why. And then if you're not wearing gloves, you'll be told to. You can't win. Sneaking this over to the pot. And then I'll set that on a medium heat to start. Just kind of listen, but by the time that heats up, we'll probably have all this diced up. Away we go. Let's do these two end pieces together because they're pretty small. Keep in mind the chicken will shrink a bit when it cooks in the soup. So don't cut it too small. But then you also want a bit of everything in each bite. So you don't want to cut it too large either. Just nice bite-sized pieces. Mary, you're proud of yourself. You saved peppermint, chives, thyme, and sage from your summer greenhouse. Good job. Herb saving, that's such a good feeling. Are you going to dry it, or how are you keeping it? And yes, Amp, I am cutting the chicken into cubes. Sorry, I skipped over that. I think that's the easiest way to eat chicken in a soup. Is to cut it into cubes like this. But I've also had it where it's like in kind of thinner strips as well. So really it's personal preference. Okay. 30-minute timer is going off for the cake. The original recipe said it should take around 50 minutes, but let's see. Oh yeah, it still needs longer, but it is looking really, really nice, guys. It's puffing up. The apples are looking really good. I'm going to do another 10 minutes and we'll check it then. Just instead of doing a full 20. This one's quite large. I might cut it into 4. And you bought grow lamps? Nice. So you're going to try and grow it throughout winter. Scoots, you can tell it's getting cooler because the flies are trying to sneak in. Yeah, that was like us a couple weeks ago. Now everything's, I think, done. It's been really consistently like freezing overnights. I haven't seen a bug other than like one fruit fly in a while now. The little like thin part of the chicken breast. Holy smokes, it's warm there today then. That's crazy. Let me see what's happening over here. Nothing too much yet. We'll finish this off and then go over to the stove. Rolling right along. These burners on the stovetop are just insane. Forever just on an angle. I'm always scared that the pot's gonna like fall off of it. You can tell the knife is nice and sharp, and even then I'm like, this knife could be sharper. So that's funny that you say that. There we go. That is a big bowl of chicken. That's gonna be a hearty soup. Okay, just gonna get this plastic out. And we'll use that chicken pretty soon, so I don't think we should try to fit it anywhere back in the fridge. Hi, Maka, how are you doing? Welcome in, a fellow streamer. Just gonna rinse off that chicken board, guys. I don't like leaving it to dry on. And then washing my hands. And then we'll need a little bit of fat in this pan, I think. Or just give everything a mix with the chicken skins. Right, Greek? Like we sharpened the boning knife the other day when we sharpened everything. But I knew then that it probably needed more. You can just feel it, right? Okay. Oh, nar. Okay, one sec. I don't know what's happening, Sam. I'm pressing the side button on the GoPro and nothing is working. I did want to just grab a spoon first. I don't know what's happening. What kind of fat do I want in there? Maybe I'll just choose chicken fat, guys. A little thing of chicken fat? Chicken fat for the chicken soup. That sounds crazy. Oh gosh, I can feel the chilies in my throat. We're dying. We're dying. It seems dark, like in the house, Grief. I can turn up more lights. Just sometimes it goes like weird on my face. It'll go too shiny. But it's not like super nice out today, I will say. Okay. I mean, at this point, I'm just on like the if it's not one thing, it's another. Me this morning, set up stream. Sam, I set it up all by myself today. Now it just doesn't work. I'm trying not to die when I talk. Otherwise known as schmaltz, the chicken fat? Yes. Liquid gold. I got nothing on that one, guys. Guess we'll just have to wait a few minutes for the GoPro to turn back on. But in the meantime, we can keep prepping a few things. I'll get the broth into the pot. I know you guys know what that looks like. We'll open our couple cans of coconut milk. And then we'll let that stuff simmer all together. Look at how good this looks. So I'm just going to scrape off that bit of fat from there because we don't need any extra fat now. There's not much though. But there's also more fat in coconut milk, right? So the one thing that you can do when the soup is done is just skim a little bit of the fat off if you see there's too much. But some people like fattier soup, so up to you. What is with this burner I'm cooking on? It's like legitimate, like freaking crooked. I really don't understand what's happening to it today. It's like I washed them all the other day and now they don't sit right. I'm confused, guys. I'm really confused on that. My pot's like this on the burner. Whoa. Can pop. I've never used this brand of coconut milk before. I've been eyeing it up at Costco. I'll let you guys know how it is. It was, what, $11 for 6 cans, I think? Maybe I put it in the wrong spot. Well, I don't know if you've been here before, me Donkin, but yeah, our stovetop that we have in the apartment that we rent is like this, caved in the middle. So if, yeah, you don't have your pot on right, or you don't build the burners back together because it's coil, it'll just be weird. It's a known issue with GoPro 10. So we just gotta call the support for it. Okay. Now we know. We gotta wait till the battery is drained down. Interesting. Okay, you guys are gonna hear the plop of broth. Maybe. Gotta guide it out of there first. Plop of broth. I'm switching this burner. I'm switching over. You guys will be able to even probably see, actually, if I'm over here. I think it's fair with just how spicy the air is to say that the chilies are hot. I'm dying. Whoa, your old apartment only had one large burner, but the rest were small. If I turn this way, you guys can see where I'm cooking. It's really only a one-pot wonder anyways. But yeah, you might be able to see there's like a straight up indent in our stovetop. It was like that since we got here. So like if I'm worried that if we just ask for another new one, we'll just get the same thing. We don't know. Okay, pour this in too. Let it all come up together. Usually I'll also rinse out the coconut cans a bit. Actually looks like everything came out of these though. And then, okay, there's still one that I almost forgot to add. The lemongrass. Can't forget that. And then while this is coming back up to a simmer, we'll chop up the mushrooms and the bell pepper. So your burners don't work anymore on your stove. You're thinking about getting a large, deep electric griddle and just putting it on top. In my experience, like electric flat top is the most enjoyable to cook on. So think about that one, I guess, Amp. Hello there! With another long resub. Bonk, thank you very much. Everyone's resubs today are so long. I think you're the longest yet, though. So you're showing off. 58 months in a row. I hope you're having a good weekend. Low, medium spice for you, Greek. They're killing me already. I'm scared. A good drop like that of the lemongrass paste. Maybe one more. Sure. Sounds good. We could always add more. It's been an interesting week. I think we've all had our ups and downs this week. So wild. Okay, gonna turn that fan down. And now this is just on medium heat. Our broth, chillin'. And then we just gotta add the veggies and the chicken. I'm not dying, you are. Keep that turned up just a bit to exhaust that chilly air. Your new house has a glass electric top and you maybe, or you have no idea why you struggle with it. What do I enjoy most about it? That's, yeah, that was what Yet It Is just said their first thing. I think I feel the same with how easy it is to clean and also the nice even surface of it, right? So it didn't like super matter if your pot was a little bit bigger than the burner, right? Because it still heated up the same. Whereas like this, if we have a big pot on a coil burner, it's like wobbling on there, right? It's scary. And then I also cook with a lot of cast iron. So I found that the cast iron held really nice heat on the glass cooktop once you had it hot, and you didn't always have to like crank it high like usually gas you have to do. Those were my things I found. Oh, see, that's weird. Your problem is the glass has no markings to show where the burners are. That's super weird. Because all in my experiences, you just have like either the 4 or 5 burners in the spots. So I kind of feel you on that. That sounds silly. That's not really set up for success. But right, yeah, if the power goes out, you have to think about when you have electric. Let's do some nice colored peppers. Do one of each, yellow and red. Oh, that's true, Greek. Yeah. I remember that from streaming with it, is that at least you can see when it's hot, that electric stovetop, right? Because it kind of glows wherever the element is. So maybe try that, me Donkin, is like turn on all the burners and see where they glow from, and then you'll have an idea of your cooking surface. Okay, let's check the cake again, guys. It's getting there, it's not there yet. So now we'll do one more 10 minutes, and that will actually be the proper 50-minute bake time. It looks like it might be ready then. Okay, I'm gonna wash this, but the mushrooms I'll try to just brush off any dirt that we find. And then we can put the mushrooms and peppers in the same bowl together to add. Another really good veggie, I know a lot of people don't really like it, but it's popular for this, is eggplant. It's always good for soaking up the broth. Let me get my mushroom brush. We got all sorts of smells in here now. The cake is taking a while. It did say it should take 50 minutes, Amp. And it is also only baking at 325 Fahrenheit. So quite a low temp. Just take off this whole thing. So the right front stove ring is the hottest usually. For me, is like the front closest to you, or like to me that's like the back of the stove. The front burner would be the front, right? But to me that's like the smallest burner that I have. So I wonder if all the stoves are different. Because I did remember that, like just seeing if you go in Home Depot or something and walk by all the gas stoves, a lot of them will have different like BTU settings for the burners. Some are more powerful, some aren't. The one closest to you, yeah, my right front burner is small. That just shows the variation in the different brands, I guess. Just making a little dirt pile over there. Just in the mushroom zone. I do this instead of washing them just so that we don't get them to soak up too much water ahead of time. I don't want to water down the soup. Whoa, amp. No, you guys can't do bits for a proper oven. Well, I guess I'll accept them and they'll be on our... in the truck. I'll take it then. But we just need our friend to ask the building manager for a new stove. That's all. We're not on the lease here where we are, so we can't make those calls. We can only make suggestions. Mid-sized Bellas, you better believe it, Bonk. They call these baby Bellas here, but they're quite large, honestly. I think I'm gonna stop there, because that's a lot. Just pack away those couple for something else. Otherwise, we won't fit everything in the soup pot. Okay, so now, usually just swipe this little dirt pile off of the board into the sink. Thank you very much, Amp, for the 1,050 bits. Very generous. I could always bring the other small burner set back out that we used in the other house. Right? Yeah, they're calling these Baby Bella, but these are quite large. There's nothing baby about that. Whoa, looks like soup's coming up. I'm just gonna give that a little stir-zy. Help it out. Okay. One more small bowl. They're teen Bellas. And now we're gonna chunk these up. Remember, bite size. This is gonna be hard to do bite size with. It'll have to be just like little wedges, I'm thinking. Like that. Just cut the stem on its own. Or can we go like straight in half and then through? How does that look? That looks pretty good actually, like that. I think that's what we'll do. We'll go in half and then again. Don't cut it too small. I think maybe some of these smaller ones we will just wedge like that. That looks good. Shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake are quite strong, so I would be careful in what you add those into. It just might overpower the other flavors a little bit. But I could see a small amount of shiitake being good. Yeah, these are nice and firm. They don't go like weird and soggy when you cook them. And just like a bit nicer flavor than just the white button mushrooms. I linked the soup recipe, Mary, but if you want the cake recipe, it's a photo in Discord from Sam's mom. I don't even know if we have enough broth in there to cover everything. Might have to take a few more mushrooms away. This stem. Cut that. Oh, and then the one thing about the cake recipe I keep forgetting to say that's in Discord, it's in German. So let me guys know if you want me to translate it for you. Like, I had no problem understanding what it says. But I can help you if you need it. Yeah, I think we'll stop there, guys. Leave these 3. Ooh, look at all these little mushroom gills. That's what they're called. Get those off of here. Just turning down the pot a bit. Okay, tip and top are peppers. You think Todd would love the cake? It's looking really nice in the oven. I'm very excited for it. Speaking of, that is our now at 50 minutes timer. Okay, this is how it's looking. It doesn't really have any color. How should it look, Sam? Should it have a bit of color on it? Maybe I'll turn the oven up a bit then to finish it, because it's not browning like at all at that temp. I'll go up to 350. But holy smokes, it's looking good. And I will set like a 6-minute timer. The peppers look huge. They are quite big. I think they're called the crescendo peppers. Kind of fancy. How do I want to do this? I think we'll just cut it in half and then peel the seeds out. It looks so funny. It is Apfelkuchen. How did you know, Bonk? Make our little discard pile on the side. We started the stream today by making the Apfelkuchen. We always do the baking first, just in case it doesn't turn out, then you have enough time to do it again if you so desire. Even though your ego's hurt at that point, you still have time to do it over again. A weird memory recall? You hope the pot is big? It's not that big. Well, like, if the pot is big, but there's not that much broth. Might have to put more, like, a little bit of water in or something. You just read the stream title, and you saw that's what it was. It's okay. You said you had a week. I'm not upset. So cutting the peppers into strips now. Is there something alive in my garbage? I keep hearing things back there. Okay, I'm gonna cut these into just triangles like this. Little baby triangles. And then into the bowl with the mushrooms. Oh no, I wrecked that one. Bonk, have you had Apfelkuchen before? I think this is my first intro into it. I hope I do okay. So now we got hot peppers and sweet peppers going into this soup. Hello, film nerder. Welcome in. Definitely pop into our Discord channel. That's the spot to be, both on and off stream. Think you've had something like that before? For like a bake sale fundraiser, something like that? I think it's gonna turn out amazing. I was saying when we made the batter, it tasted so buttery, like shortbread. Am I making it with a streusel topping? I am not. I'm just following the recipe from my mother-in-law that she always makes. But if you have a recipe with streusel topping, definitely try that out. I am obsessed with streusel tops things, like muffins and stuff. So I wouldn't say no to it. But usually when I make something for the first time, I'll always follow the recipe the best that I can. And then after that first time, you can make some changes, right? A bit more familiar with what's going on. Bring that over here. Okay, mushies away. Same with the ginger. And then we just need some rice noodles out. With how full the pot's gonna be, I think we'll just do a little pot on this side with some hot water to get the rice noodles cooked, and then we'll just pour the soup over top of that. And then I think the only last thing that we're still waiting on is just a bit of green onion, cilantro, and lime. And then we still just have to taste the soup and finish adding a few ingredients to that. Fresh limes. I'm gonna do a wipe of the board before we start because the mushrooms made it all brown. Hi, Gabe. Hope you're doing good. That's the timer for the cake. That was 6 minutes already. Clean off the mushroom shrapnel. It's literally everywhere. Just starting to brown on top. I'll swivel this and do another 3 minutes. And then we should be good. Aromatics, cut the chicken. We just did the mushrooms and the peppers. Now cilantro, green onion, and lime. And then we gotta cook the chicken and the peppers in there still. But we still need fish sauce, a bit of sugar in there too. Forget which lime we have to use first. Probably this one. So this lime is gonna get squeezed into the soup to season it. But then this soup is also typically served with some lime wedges on the side. Why don't we cut a few of those? I'm gonna do it a bit different, just like this, that I've seen before, and it's really easy to squeeze the lime like this rather than the long way. Put those in a small container, and then let's get a container for the herbs. Cilantro's falling out of the bag. That'll be good. And then I was rehydrating green onions on the side over there, just in a glass jar. I think we'll just use all of those up. Call it a day. Who in chat has had this soup before? Sounds like not many people have eaten this. That's not a nice one. You haven't had this exact one, Bonk, but you love the Thai soups. You haven't either yet, it is, but you want to now. You wish you had a Thai place near you. I'm pretty picky about Thai food. The ones here are pretty expensive. Okay, this looks really nice, guys. I think that is it. Just a little bit of browning around the edges, you can see. Look at those apples studded throughout. And yeah, it's baked through because it pops back up if you push down in the center. So we're gonna let that cool now and the oven can go off. Apfelkuchen. Amps had it in a Thai restaurant before and it's great. It really is, and usually it's not super expensive either. It's definitely more of like a brothy soup, not insanely hearty. Stick to your ribs, but wow, is it tasty. Looks good, hey Scoots? My first intro into Apfelkuchen. I think we did good today. It turned out. All right, I think before we chop this, since we're almost done, we'll go get the chicken into that broth. I might strain out the broth first before we put the chicken and the peppers in, because that was one thing Sam and I talked about before stream, is like not really enjoying biting down on the whole like ginger and stuff like that in the soup. So I would probably strain that out. That's why we let it cook together ahead of time. And then you can just eat it without having to spit out like huge chunks of ginger. Even just straining most of the stuff out would help. It's okay if there's a few little bits of it. Okay, so now it won't turn on until the battery dies, Sam. That's the thing. Interesting. Guys, I don't know what happened to the GoPro, but it shut itself off randomly and just won't turn back on now. Sam, what? The light's out, yeah. Sam was looking it up, and I guess the Hero 10 just has an actual issue with just randomly shutting off and not turning back on. Oh, this is the best view we're gonna get. I don't know what to say. Grabbing the strainer. At least you could see where I'm cooking. It would be weird if I was just like hiding around the corner. Okay, this is gonna be messy for me to strain. Bless you. I'm gonna have to strain it into an actual pot. Is there an update? Maybe. Maybe. That's why you're not too worried about machines taking over, because they're not even reliable. I love it. It's true, though. It's true. Okay, where's my frickin' pot that I need? Hello? Okay, hopefully all of it fits in here. I think it will by the time we strain everything out. It smells so delicious. Okay, that's the bottom of the pot where we were frying the chicken skins at. Just gonna scrape that a bit. Nice, that comes off no problem now. It's fried chicken skins. Okay, now just gonna let this strain out. Shake it, shimmy it. Look at how all that stuff cooked down. You heard the craziest news about AI this week? What is it? The documentary called Terminator said the robot uprising started with Roombas, not GoPros. See? They're just trying to lead us astray. Okay, transfer this back in there because I want to use this medium pot for the noodles now. Just give it a rinse-a-roo. And now back over with this. We'll get the chicken in and cooking, and then I'll add the fish sauce and the sugar. Just get that back up to a simmer. Now I'm gonna rinse this out and then just get it filled with some water for the rice noodles and boiling. Exhibit A of machines not being able to take over the world, the Cybertruck. Everyone had such high hopes about that thing. And now look at it. Switch it over. Okay, gonna wait for this to come back up to a simmer before we add the chicken. This pot right here is for the noodles. I'll go grab them. Also bring the coconut sugar back. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. The lime leaves. I will definitely sprinkle the lime leaves in now. Good thing they're a strong flavor. So you can get fresh lime leaf. I get dried kaffir lime leaves, and they still smell as good as when I bought them. Just keep them in a sealed container. I find that the fresh frozen lime leaves don't last nearly as long. And then you just add in whatever you want. I'm gonna do 5 and let that cook with everything. Nice limey flavor and herbaceous. Here's our bit of rice stick noodles. I have a full other container, but we'll just use these up first. They say, please soak vermicelli in warm water for 6 minutes or until soft. Rinse off in cold water, and it is now ready to cook, aka eat. So that's those instructions there. So basically bring your water up to boil like when you make tea, shut it off, and then you just want your water hot to dunk the noodles for 5 or 6 minutes. This is coconut sugar. They call for, I think, palm sugar in this recipe. I'm just gonna also read through now that we kind of got things going. Chicken broth, lemongrass, ginger, shallot. So there's the palm sugar. We need fish sauce. Oh God, how am I even gonna get this? Okay, it's not as bad as I thought, but like I don't use fish sauce a ton, so it really lives in the complete back of my fridge. But man, when you need it, right? Okay, got that. Mary, you like our little, that's actually a Lego up there that we built last weekend on stream in between cooking. It's so dang cute, it even lights up. Okay, palm sugar fish sauce. We got the coconut milk. I didn't put tomato in there. Mushrooms, lime leaves, Thai chilies, chicken, green onion, cilantro in front, lime juice in front. Okay. I can probably sneak the tomato in with the pepper and the mushroom. Then we're laughing. This is back up to a simmer now. I cut up 6 chicken breasts into nice bite-sized pieces. We're gonna dunk that in. I would suggest the broth to be simmering when you put the chicken in, just so it doesn't all stick to the bottom of the pot in a mound. And then just kind of stir this in as it comes back up. Separate all the chunks. That's looking so good now. Me oh my. Let's see how much palm sugar. Yeah, not the back of the fridge. It's just such a big, tall bottle that if you put it at the front, you won't be able to grab anything behind it. 2 teaspoons of palm sugar, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. So less sugar than fish sauce. It's only 2:30, guys. We're doing so good today. What the heck? Legos on sale at Fred Meyer's and Kroger. 20% off purchases over $50. That's a good deal. Did you get anything, Mary? Guys, I'm just adding the bit of sugar. Remember, Thai food. What is there, guys? 4 elements or 5? Sweet, sour, bitter, spicy, and umami. So you gotta always hit those notes when you have Thai food. It's part of their cuisine. And if you're scared of the fish sauce, just add a bit of it at a time. But I will say in Thailand and a lot of Southeast Asia, their main like seasoning ingredient for salt, they use fish sauce. They don't just use salt like how we do. So a lot of their food is not vegetarian for that matter. See how that goes? I'm not going to taste it now until the chicken is looking more cooked. Just because we put the raw stuff in. Let's come over here now. Just finish up. You didn't buy any Legos, but you bought toys for grandbabies for Christmas. Love it. You gotta stock up on the Legos. Those things just like never go out of style, right? Cassette Bay, you should be a voice actor. I've thought about it. I have thought about it. I wasn't really sure how to get started. I've looked it up before. And it seems like you have to like basically be an actor already with an agent and then like sign up for the jobs and stuff. You can't really represent yourself, but I need to do a bit more digging. Because I think I would enjoy that too. I really like to narrate books and stuff. And even just like a few books that I've listened to on Audible. I was like, I think I could do a better job. Mary, you're done with Christmas shopping? Good job. Okay, I'm going to pick out mostly all just the like red colored tomatoes in here. Maybe a few of the darker ones. Guys, we got these 1.5 pounds of tomatoes yesterday for $1.67 from the European market. It was one of those IKEA commercial start the car situations. Too good to be true. I'd be a good narrator for books. So we got to make this happen then. I mean, that was legitimate, like, my favorite part of school growing up when I was really young was story time. Everyone just sits around the teacher and then listens to the teacher read books. The best, man. You remember there being something about tongue numbing, but you can't remember if it's just in Chinese cuisine or if it's Thai too. Probably the numbing is more from like the spice in Thai. Because I know in Chinese cuisine that comes from the Szechuan peppercorn, right? Fish sauce is more expensive in Asian markets, so you use hoisin sauce instead. Interesting. I've never saw that before, Amp. Does hoisin sauce also have a bit of like anchovy in there? Or did you mean more like oyster? And I know some people use those interchangeably too. Okay, there's that really good looking bowl now. I think because this chicken's gonna cook so quick, we're just gonna dump this into the pot as well. Yeah. Whoa. That's basically full now. Like just enough broth. Heck yeah. I'm gonna put the lid on now just to get that heated back up. Sweet, guys. We're almost there. Let's finish off this garnish while that finishes up. I make your pups relax and sleep. They love listening to me. Mary. I love that. I get to go meet my friend Julia's new pup today, actually. She adopted a dog recently. And he's so new that she can't leave him alone yet. So I'm so excited to go meet a new pup. Okay, we're just going to group this all together. And then get it chopped nice and fine. I'm so excited to taste this broth. I've just been smelling it. No tastes have been had yet. Because, like, I thought we should get everything into the pot before I did the final seasoning. Get that into there. Szechuan popcorn chicken is so good. Popcorn chicken is money, right? Like, I would say all fried chicken is good. John Larson Bloomer 69. Thanks for the follow and welcome on in. Wipe the cilantro away and we'll do the green onion. And then we're free. That's it. Completed. You channel me when you cut stuff up now. You're like, this is how Kate does it. It's how it should be done. I love that, Mary. I mean, after all these years of you guys watching me do it, I would hope it would wear off a little bit. What the heck is that? Something from the chicken, I'm guessing? Something stringy, I won't show you. No one needs to see. It's okay. Okay. These are the saddest green onions, but we won't throw them out. We'll get them used up. At the very least, Bonk says, you've picked up some good knife skills. Perfect. Hello, Devin. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Once again, the weekend's just flying by, guys. I don't know how this happens every week. I'm going to cut this there. Bring those over there. Now you can slice them all nice and thin. These I'm just going to put right into the pot, guys. And then the cilantro we can garnish with. I think that will taste the best. Best cooking stream. Thanks, dude. Hoisin sauces can be sweet if they use sweet potato starches. Interesting. Am I on tomorrow, Mary? I am. We're doing something a bit different tomorrow because we had somebody save up 420,000 channel points and do a cook with cannabis redemption. So we are, let me grab the book. We're going to learn a little bit about infusing cannabis into food. I have a really good cookbook called Bon Appetit. If that doesn't interest you, I won't be heartbroken if you don't want to attend or partake. But we will be making an infused butter and then making brownies with it and a sundae. But that will happen next week on stream. Gonna make some canna butter, exactly. Yeah, we'll learn a lot about that tomorrow, but it is quite a long process. I'm not gonna do anything in the oven because it really smells up the house. But we can do it in the sous vide. When you vacuum seal and cook in the water, it just takes like 6 hours. That's the only thing. Bon Appetit. There's such good recipes in there, and they do such a great explanation of just all the processes that you should follow. And like, They also give you the dosages and stuff, so you're not just like making something that's ridiculous that's gonna like send you to the hospital. This is really boiling up back here. I'm just gonna turn it down a bit. And then also just gonna turn off the pot for the noodles, guys. I'm gonna get this away since our camera's not working. Holy, we were just talking about scat today. Because Annie said that he had a really long resub coming up again. And I was like, I think scat is the longest. Let's see. Just had to give that a stir. Scat! At tier 3 even. Just so everyone knows. That's our tier 3-er. Dab on you. Thank you for this 78 months in a row, dude. How are you doing? Annie, you are here with us still. Perfect. Okay, let me sneak the green onions in and then I will give this all a taste. And I'm gonna drop the rice stick noodles in the hot water too. But those veggies don't need a ton of cooking, right? We don't want them mushy. Still want a bit of texture to them. You want me to raid your own self? I mean, I guess we can. We can do that. What are you streaming today? You started streaming games? Okay, rice stick noodles going in. They went everywhere. Don't worry, it's okay. They really went everywhere. Just gonna give them a swoosh around with the tongs. And then they said it would take around 6 minutes in the hot water, so I'm just gonna set a timer now. You got 3 followers, get you to 5. Knowing my community, I think we can do that. It's still ripping, this broth. Holy smokes, it looks like a volcano. Open up, it's time to taste. Yeah. Wilson, you made it just in time. The spice really diluted itself out. Like, it's there, but it's not so bad that you can't eat it and that you're gonna, like, die if you do. We're gonna mod in your stream. I'd be honored. Okay, it does need some salt. So I think we're safe to add more fish sauce, and I think I want to add a bit more sugar. But actually first, I'm gonna squeeze the whole lime in because it's not sour at all yet. So before we add the other 2, we gotta add the lime. Check out the recipe I linked today, Wilson. It's a really simple Thai coconut soup with chicken and veggies. I'm just serving it with rice noodles, but you could do rice as well. Samo requested it. He had a craving. Stir that in, and I'll have another taste. Now what does it need? Oh wow, that really changed it. It looks complex, but it's not really. I made it harder than it could be because this could have taken you 10 minutes to do. Making tomato soup and beef barley soup today. It's fall, time to stock up the freezer. I love to hear it. Sam, what was your... Sam was giving me his top like 5 favorite soups yesterday. So what was your list? Can't ask it again, but we need to know. Okay, I'm doing 1 more spoonful of sugar, guys. So I didn't really get too much sweetness from that. I'll do some more fish sauce because it didn't taste fishy yet either. Definitely stop if your stuff tastes fishy from the amount of fish sauce that you use. Go like that. I'll do 1 more taste. Maybe we'll be there. I didn't put any ground pepper or anything like that in. And I mean, if after this taste we feel like it maybe needs something else, I could always do just a pinch of MSG. 5 favorite soups. 5 favorite soups. What did he say his number 1 was? Ramen. Tonkatsu ramen. And then I wasn't ready for the second one, but he said the Pacific Rim chowder that I've made on stream before with the coconut milk and chipotle and stuff from the one restaurant in the shipping container. You guys remember? Then it's this soup, number 3. And then it's a green pozole.
And then it's chicken noodle or fowl noodle rice.
Fowl noodle or rice.
And an
honorable mention for beef barley. Oh, baby. I think we hit it. So you need to taste the food, guys, and have that reaction. If you just taste it and you're like, yeah, that's good, it's not ready yet. Gotta keep adding stuff until you're like, what the heck? Sweet, sour, a bit spicy still. Can't talk, that's when you know. I'm shutting the burner off. Samo's gonna be happy. Let me test a noodler. A bit longer. A bit longer on that, but we can get prepared to plate. Let's come over here. Oh, he's gonna taste it. Oh no! BTTG says, in what world is French onion soup not on a list of favorite soups? In his world, because he's not a big onion man.
Yep.
He's not a big onion guy, but personally, I think French onion would be definitely on mine. So I hope that we redeemed ourselves there. Nice, everyone's listing theirs. Chicken, cabbage, and bacon. I don't know if I've ever had that, but I like all of those things. Wilson says, when you say ramen, do you mean the packaged one? Or are there other types? There's a lot of different types of ramen, Wilson. I urge you to maybe go down a YouTube. Just search like different types of Japanese ramen, and you'll be able to see all the different broths because there's quite a few. Chicken and dumpling, deadly. We've made that before. Pho, also made on stream. Ramen, French onion, and then lentil, nice. Don't forget about the veggie soups, right? Like minestrone, always deadly. French onion soup is slimy. Oh no. When your niece comes up from Florida, you want to make chicken soup with her. You have a knife set for her to use, but you're worried how it will turn out with a 5-year-old. Just like lower your expectations a bit, right? Pretend that you're also 5 years old when you make it with her, and I think you'll understand a little bit better of how she feels, right? If that's her first time. Hot and sour Chinese soup. The list could honestly go on, right? Yeah, did we forget wonton? Like loaded potato bacon, split pea and ham. Guys. Mulligatawny, like, oh man.
You just need to make a
Yeah, once a week we make soup. Okay, what do we want? This. The black bowl, I think, will look phenomenal as contrast. Clam chowder, right? So we'll put the noodles in the bottom, guys. And then just top it with broth. Zuppa Toscana. Like when I made the Italian wedding soup too with the homemade meatballs, that was amazing. It's hard to choose. Look at this. It's already creating a film on top. But that's what the soup turned into. I'm sorry that the GoPro died and you didn't really see me bring it together. But that's where it's at. Get a big ladle. And then we still have to have a piece of apple cake after. What? Scat, you need to broaden your soups because you didn't know half of these, so you're just going back in chat and writing them all down. You're welcome. That's what we do here for everyone. Powerful community. The noodles are like al dente. I think we're safe. We're putting hot broth over the top of them anyways. Just bring that little pot over and scoop some out. It looks like a pizza inside the pot. It kind of does. Your brother-in-law doesn't eat anything with onion in it. So Sam will eat the stuff with onion. If it's cooked, it's just not going to be the main ingredient, let's say. He went with your sister to a dinner at their boss's house, and they only served French onion soup. So what did he do? Did he just fake being, like, ill? I'm sorry. I really have to step out. For some reason, my stomach's not feeling so good right now. Just use the line you see in movies. Are we ready, guys? Ready for the scoop? Blondie, you came back to us. Welcome back. Lots of people can't handle onion. That's one of the stipulations with my client. Nothing too oniony. But I don't cook too different than what I cook regular for them and like for Sam. And they've never said anything's too oniony. Even like tacos, I got away with like fresh chopped white onion for garnish on top, right? You just need to know what the limit is. Because there's also different types of onions. There's a lot of chicken in here, guys. Me oh my. Looks great. Let's get some more mushies. And some broth for Samo. Look at that. Extra broth on yours. Yeah, tortilla soup is really good. That's one I made for them too, actually. More in the summer, right? More a summery style soup. The chicken chunks in here look phenomenal. This one's yours. But we needed some lime and cilantro still on it if you'd like to garnish yours. The smells are on point, hey? He is the true flavor tester. The stream doesn't feel the same if he's not here. Good limey? Do that. Okay. That's how he did his. The beard is looking good, Scat says.
Thank you.
Today, this morning, we had to go to Costco to get a few things for our stream today. And he was looking a bit like Kramer when he woke up. So he had to do like a full-on rinse-a-roo of the beard and everything. That's what happens when your hair gets long, right? And you got curly hair. It was so cute though. He looked wild. It's like, chat would love this right now. That's our Kramer right there. Soup is one food that you can't just hoover. Bonk, you're such a dad. I love it.
Don't blame me, just wax.
Get the vacuum hose.
Get the boba straw.
Oh my god. Pal, I missed the cooking, but I get the eating. Here it is. I didn't even get a photo. It's too wild. How does it taste, my dear? Since you requested that. Here, I'm gonna go back to your bowl too. I think it's good because he's not answering. He's just eating. I think we'll take the big pot out. Oh, we can move it up more, actually. That's the ish. Hi, I'm still here too. It looks rich. So the liter of broth that I used, that was like a bunch of turkeys and chickens to make the broth. And then from there, we strained it and cooked it down, reduced it more and concentrated it. It is a bit rich, for sure. But like in a good way, right? Because I skimmed all the fat and stuff away. Making the nose run possibly is fire. Oh, it's hot. Hi. Hot things are hot. Mmm. The chicken just like falls apart in your mouth. Same with the peppers. My nose is already running. If you need a soup to get your health up, this is it, guys. Cold season is it here, we can say, or it's on the way? All of the ginger, onion, garlic, lemongrass, chilies. The way the mushrooms soak everything up. I'm getting a noodle in that bite. You had a chocolate brownie with vanilla pudding the other day because you didn't have ice cream. Sometimes he's bad on purpose. My nose is running, one sec. You should honestly save this and make it. Deadle? Pell, that sounds good though. The brownie with pudding. Oh no. See? Don't go too crazy. I don't want you to choke. I need a cloth under. I'm left-handed. He's right-handed, so I can't eat there because I just like got my chicken wing into his side the whole time. So I'm gonna go back here. Slurp those nudes. We've never had this actually with noodles in it before, but I really like it. The broth is seriously addicting tasting. That's the only way I can describe it. Trying not to cough. It's so good. I can't wait to crush this. Like straight up crush it. And now we have all these leftovers too. Okay, I'm just clearing the board because we're gonna unearth the cake from the pan. My goodness, I forgot how good that soup is. He's redeeming himself from yesterday when he wasn't able to finish the sausage and the pasta. The food of gods. It's soup season, baby. I know last winter we made like 1 casserole a week. We made a lot of soups. I'm excited to get back into that style of cooking. Holy. Look at this. Look at this stuff. That's how she turned out. Got my knife here? Yes. Good job. Good job, dearie.
Yep.
Just our extra limeys are up there if you're wondering.
Woo!
I think it all came away from around the edge, but just make sure with a paring knife. Ta-da! Now we're gonna open it up. The cake did not pull apart. How does it look? It does. Okay. And we can slide it off of the metal pan. Go closer. Gonna get a just serrated knife. It's what I like to cut cakes with. Right through those apple chunks. Oh, like they're butter. Ooh, baby. Eat this after the soup. It's like light and airy, but dense at the same time.
Perfect.
He says perfect.
Perfect.
A hand cake. A hand cake. That's how the edge looks. How's the underneath? Like literally just colored. Whoa!
Right?
What? It's so fluffy, you guys. I don't even know how to describe it.
So you do the same thing with pears if you want later on.
How did it get so fluffy like that?
Right?
That's nuts. I've never made a cake like this before.
So easy.
It's seriously like the most buttery, fluffy cake you'll ever eat. Look at how red my face is getting in here. It's getting hot. The middle bites, like it's literally the same the whole way through. And it's not super sweet, guys, at all. It's just like perfect vanilla,
Right?
apple flavor. That was so good after that. I did not expect that. So we picked up pears today. These were grown in Ontario, where Sam's parents live. But look at the size of this one.
Next week we'll do an apple.
That's a pear the size of my head almost. So we can try a pear version next week if you guys want.
Yeah.
Because that was too dang good to not, honestly.
And it's so cheap.
And yeah, okay, so how was the cinnamon that I put on there? Really good.
Perfect.
Yeah, Mary was asking. It's like not too overpowering. You still taste all the vanilla and stuff.
Yep.
That's a great cake. I'm excited to try it with pears. Yeah, they're asking you about the cinnamon, but he said it was perfect if you guys didn't hear.
It was really good.
The other thing I like to do with pears is poach them, right? With ice cream for dessert. Oh, man. That was your childhood, except your grandma baked hers in a regular rectangular baking dish, like the Lloyd pan I could probably use. I love it. The fact that you guys grew up with that, dang. Dang. Okay, we're finishing up the stream. Everything turned out good. Who are we gonna raid today? That was fun. Even with the GoPro not working. Still fun. Chaotic Good Mage is on. There's a meal redemption going on in Date Night In. That could be really fun. Let me take a peek real quick. Gaming chaos. Everything's chaotic. I know where we're going because we haven't been there in forever. Drunken Buddha is streaming in Food and Drink right now for Gamers Outreach. Spooktacular streamathon. He used to stream a lot in Food and Drink. I think he does more gaming now, but let's go check him out. Drunken Buddha. And we'll be back tomorrow, guys. 11 a.m. Pacific. Hope to catch you then. Not as much cooking tomorrow. More reading cookbook and learning. And you know, as always, Sundays are nice, quick, and easy streams too. But maybe we'll make a boba or something tomorrow as well. Sam's been asking me for one. So thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for all of the insanely long resubs. That makes me so dang happy. All of the years. What the heck, Vune? You can't just come in as I'm leaving. No. No. Wait for it. Okay, you can't take up the whole timer for the raid. Hi, I love you. I hope you're good, Vune. People ask about you, and I tell them that I think you're doing good. So thank you for showing your face. But please maybe stop by tomorrow. Will be a more low-key stream if you want to come hang out with us. Hello, hi, CJ Dewey as well. We're wrapping up the stream. Everything turned out amazing. Apfelkuchen and the soup. And definitely rewatch the VOD if you didn't catch us today. I think that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Annie, thank you for the $100 donation for more vanilla for baking too. And I hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are in the world. Do or do not. There is no try. Exactly. Love y'all. Be safe out there. And you know where to find us if you need anything at all. Any social works. Bye.
Bye.